I'm Marley Sinclair, 30, a data analyst from Miami. 2 years ago, I did something I thought would bring my family closer. I bought a Key West vacation home for my parents' retirement dream. Sounds generous, right? But things took a wild turn I never saw coming. Before we jump back in, tell us where you're tuning in from. And if this story touches you, make sure you're subscribed because tomorrow I've saved something extra special for you. I still remember the day Derek and I handed over those keys. We'd worked so hard, crunching numbers, saving every spare dollar. My parents' faces lit up like Christmas morning. Mom actually cried. And Dad never shows emotion, cracked this rare, genuine smile that made every sacrifice worth it. For a moment, I felt like I'd finally done enough, like maybe I'd earned my place in this family. But lately, something's been gnawing at me. It started small. My brother Douglas would call casual as anything. Hey, Marley, mind if Cheryl and I use the Key West place this weekend? We need to decompress. You know how it is. And I'd say yes, because that's what you do for family, right? You share, you help out. Except this weekend turned into every other weekend, then random weekdays, then weeks at a time. I'm sitting at my desk now, staring at utility bills that don't make sense. The electric costs are through the roof. Water usage is consistent with someone living there full-time, not an empty vacation home sitting idle between my parents' occasional visits. Marley, Derek's voice breaks through my thoughts. He's leaning against the doorframe of my home office, arms crossed, wearing that look, the one that says he sees something I'm trying not to. I don't look up from the spreadsheet. You're doing it again, obsessing over those bills. I'm not obsessing, I'm analyzing. Same thing when it comes to your family. He crosses the room, sits on the edge of my desk. His hand covers mine on the mouse. Douglas is taking advantage of you. My jaw tightens. He's just using the house occasionally. Mom and Dad barely go down there anyway. It's not hurting anyone. Marley. Derek's voice is gentle but firm. Those bills tell a different story. I want to argue, want to defend my family, but the numbers don't lie. That's the thing about data. It's objective, factual, unbiased. And these numbers are screaming something I don't want to hear. My phone buzzes. A notification in the family group chat. My stomach clenches before I even read it. Mom. Can't wait to see you both at the cookout this Saturday. Important family matters to discuss. There it is. That emoji. My house. Important family matters, I mutter, showing Derek the message. He reads it, his expression darkening. We don't have to go. It's the annual cookout. If we don't show up, they'll what? Guilt trip you? They already do that. He's not wrong, but the thought of skipping, of being the difficult one, the selfish daughter who can't even show up for a simple family gathering, it makes my chest tight. We'll go, I say, closing my laptop with more force than necessary. What's the worst that could happen? Derek doesn't answer. His silence says everything. That night, I can't sleep. I lie in bed staring at the ceiling fan's slow rotation and let myself drift back to childhood, back to the pattern I've spent 30 years trying to deny. I was always the responsible one, the one who did homework without being asked, who got a part-time job at 16 to help with bills, who studied data analytics because it was practical, stable, safe, even though I dreamed of being an artist. And Douglas? Douglas was the one who got away with everything. Forgot homework? He's just creative, needs a different learning style. Wrecked Dad's car at 17? Boys will be boys, at least he's okay. Moved back home at 25 after his third failed business venture? Family helps family, Marley. Don't be so judgmental. I wasn't being judgmental. I was being realistic. But in my family, realistic equals cold. Practical equals selfish. The vacation home was supposed to change that. I thought if I did something big enough, generous enough, they'd finally see me differently. See that I wasn't the uptight, selfish daughter, that I loved them, that I belonged. Beside me, Derek's breathing is steady, peaceful. He comes from a different kind of family. One where love isn't a currency you have to earn, where boundaries aren't betrayals. I envy that sometimes. My phone screen glows in the darkness. 2:47 a.m. I shouldn't check it, but my thumb has a mind of its own. 3 new messages in the family group chat. Mom, can't wait for Saturday. Got some ideas about the Key West situation we should discuss. Cheryl, finally, it's been about time we sorted this out. See you all then. Mom, perfect. This will be good for everyone. Marley, make sure you're there on time, honey. My heart pounds. The Key West situation sorted this out. Good for everyone. Everyone except me, apparently. Saturday morning arrives too fast. I stand in front of my closet, paralyzed by something as simple as choosing an outfit. Derek's already dressed, watching me from the bed. Wear the blue sundress, he says. You look confident in that one. I don't want to look confident. I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard. I don't want to... I stop, recognizing the spiral. Derek stands, crosses to me, and takes my shoulders gently. Hey, you bought them a house. You have nothing to prove. But that's the thing about families like mine. You always have something to prove. And it's never enough. The drive to my parents' place in suburban Miami feels longer than the 45 minutes it actually takes. My hands are clammy on my thighs. Derek reaches over, squeezes my knee without taking his eyes off the road. We can turn around, he offers again. No, I need to know what this is about. He doesn't argue, just keeps driving. We pull up to the house, and I can already hear it, the chatter, the laughter, the classic rock playing from Dad's ancient boombox. The backyard is packed. Neighbors, cousins, my parents' golf buddies. This isn't just a family cookout. This is an audience. My stomach drops. Marley! Mom's voice cuts through the noise the second we step through the gate. She's wearing her hostess smile, the one that doesn't quite reach her eyes. Oh, good, you're here. Come, there are people who want to see you. She grabs my arm, not rough, but firm, and steers me toward the buffet table. Derek follows close behind, his presence solid and reassuring. Doesn't this look wonderful? Mom gestures at the spread. Burgers, hot dogs, potato salad, corn on the cob, all the classics. Your father's been grilling since 9 this morning. It looks great, Mom. Good. Now, Douglas and Cheryl are over by the cooler. Why don't you go say hello? I think they want to chat with you about something. There it is. The setup. I glance at Derek. He sees it too. Maybe in a minute, I say, I just got here. Let me... Oh, don't be socially... Don't be antisocial, honey. They've been waiting. It's not a suggestion. It never is with Mom. I paste on a smile and head toward the cooler, Derek's hand finding the small of my back. We're in this together, that touch says. Douglas and Cheryl are exactly where Mom said they'd be. Their faces are flushed, not from the heat, but from the half-empty beer bottles in their hands. It's barely noon. Marley! Douglas's voice booms, too loud. He's always been a loud drunk. There's my big sister. Come here. He throws an arm around my shoulders, pulling me in for a side hug that feels more like a headlock. His breath reeks of beer and something sharper. Whiskey, maybe. Telling and preparing this story took us a lot of time, so if you are enjoying it, subscribe to our channel. It means a lot to us. No, back to the story.
About what? Douglas laughs, like I've made a joke. The Key West house, obviously. Come on, Marley. You know that's why we're all here. My pulse quickens. I thought this was just the annual cookout. It is. Douglas keeps his arm around me, steering me slightly away from Derek. But we figured, since everyone's here anyway, might as well discuss family business, right? Derek steps closer. I can feel his protective energy, but he stays quiet. letting me handle this, trusting me to set my own boundaries. What about the house? I keep my voice steady. Cheryl jumps in, her words tumbling out. Well, the thing is, you're barely there, Marley, and Douglas and we've been managing it, keeping an eye on things. It just makes sense for us to take it over, officially. My brain stumbles over that word, officially. Take it over, I repeat slowly. Yeah, Douglas's enthusiasm is aggressive. Look, you've got your life here in Miami. You're busy with work. You and Derek have your thing going. The house is just sitting there, Marley. Let us keep handling it. We need a place to unwind, Get away from all the stress. Cheryl nods vigorously, her eyes slightly unfocused. It's perfect for us. Just a little getaway when we need it. I narrow my eyes. Something about this feels rehearsed, coordinated. You've stayed there when I've allowed it. That's enough, isn't it? Douglas's smile falters, just for a second. Then it's back. Bigger, faker. Don't be so stingy, sis. We could use it more often. Like I said, it's just sitting there. What's the harm? The harm? My voice is sharper than I intended. Cheryl's expression shifts, offense creeping into her features. You've got everything, Marley. That fancy job, this perfect marriage, money to burn, and you can't even share with family. That house is for family. I bought it for Mom and Dad, not for anyone else. But we are family, Douglas presses, his grip on my shoulder tightening. And families share. They help each other out. They don't hoard things. Derek's hand finds mine, a silent signal. Stay calm. You're right. I'm here. Before I can respond, chaos erupts near the buffet table. Connor, no! I spin around just in time to see my nephew Connor, all 10 years of rambunctious, undisciplined energy, darting between guests with his plate. His sister Harper, 8, chases after him, laughing. They're playing some kind of game, completely oblivious to the people around them. It happens in slow motion. Connor's plate tilts. A massive glob of barbecue sauce launches through the air like a heat-seeking missile. It lands with a wet splat right on Mrs. Henderson's pristine white dress. The neighbor lets out a sharp yelp, her hands flying to the stain as sauce trickles down her skirt, like blood from a wound. The backyard goes silent. Every conversation stops. Every eye turns to the disaster. Harper freezes, clutching her juice cup. Connor, that little shit, actually snickers. Mrs. Henderson's face is bright red. These children! Someone needs to control these children! I move forward instinctively, ready to help, to apologize, to smooth things over the way I always do, but Mom beats me to it. Marley! Her voice slices through the tension like a knife. Why didn't you stop them? You saw how wild they were running around. I freeze. The words don't make sense. What? Dad's voice joins hers, arms folded across his chest like a judge. You need to take responsibility here, Marley. You were standing right there. The backyard spins. Responsibility? Those aren't my kids. Those are Douglas's kids, his and Cheryl's completely undisciplined, boundaryless children. Derek's hand tightens around mine, a warning squeeze. Don't engage, but I can't help it. They're not my children, I say, my voice low but firm. Maybe Douglas and Cheryl should keep them in check? Oh, that was a mistake. Douglas drops his arm from my shoulders like I've burned him. Excuse me? Don't lecture me about my kids, Marley. You're always acting so superior with that fancy house and your perfect life. Well, guess what? You're not better than us. I never said I was. Cheryl cuts me off, her tone biting. Yeah, you're sitting on that property, but you won't even help us out? You won't even share? What kind of sister are you? The words sting, physically sting, like slaps across my face. Curious glances from the guests burn into my skin. Everyone's watching now. Everyone's judging. And my parents? They're not defending me. They're not diffusing this. They're making it worse. Mom's eyes narrow, her voice drops to that particular tone, the disappointed mother tone that's haunted me since childhood. Marley, you're blowing this out of proportion. Just let Douglas handle the house. It's not a big ask. Why are you being so difficult? Dad nods, stern and final. Your mother's right. This is about family, Marley. Stop being selfish. Selfish. That word echoes in my head. Selfish. I bought them a house, a whole house, and I'm selfish? My chest tightens. Anger and disbelief churn inside me like a storm. This isn't about Connor's mess. This isn't about barbecue sauce or wild kids. This is about control. They want my property, something I worked years to afford, handed over like it's nothing. Like I'm nothing. I take a deep breath. The whole backyard is watching, waiting, expecting me to cave, to apologize, to be the good daughter who knows her place. But something in me snaps. No, my voice cuts through the murmurs. That house is for Mom and Dad to enjoy, not for anyone else to take over. End of discussion. Douglas's face turns red. Actually red, like a cartoon character. Cheryl's glare could burn holes through steel. The silence is suffocating, thick enough to choke on. Nobody speaks. Nobody moves. Derek tugs my sleeve gently, his voice low in my ear. We should go. I nod, my heart racing with adrenaline and fury, and something that feels like grief. We gather our things, my purse, Derek's keys. The walk to the car feels like walking through concrete. Behind us, I hear the cookout slowly resume. Conversations starting again, nervous laughter, life moving on like nothing happened. But everything happened. As Derek pulls onto the street, I stare out the window, my reflection ghostly in the glass. The Florida sun is too bright. The day is too beautiful. Everything feels wrong. You okay? Derek asks. No, my voice cracks. Why were they so desperate? Why did that feel like an ambush? Derek's jaw tightens. Because it was. I close my eyes. The dread from earlier, that intuition I tried to ignore, comes flooding back 10 times stronger. Something's wrong with that house. Something I don't know about. And I'm going to find out what. The car ride home is suffocating. Derek drives in silence, his knuckles white on the steering wheel. I stare out the window, watching Miami blur past. Palm trees, strip malls, pedestrians living their normal Saturday lives. Everything looks the same, but I feel like I've been turned inside out. That was planned, I finally say. Yeah. They coordinated it. Douglas, Cheryl, Mom, Dad, the whole thing was staged. Yeah. I turned to look at him. Why didn't you warn me? You knew something was off. Derek glances at me, his expression pained. Would you have believed me? Before today? He's right. I wouldn't have. I would have defended them, made excuses, told him he was reading too much into it. He pulls into our driveway. Our house, the one Derek and I bought together, worked for together, looks like a sanctuary. Clean lines, modern design, nothing like my parents' cluttered suburban sprawl. This is ours, something they can't touch. Inside, I drop my purse on the counter and immediately pull out my phone. 3 missed calls, all from Mom. Don't, Derek says, seeing my face. I have to. If I don't answer, she'll just keep... The phone rings in my hand. Mom again. I answer. Hello? Marley, honey, I'm so disappointed in you. You embarrassed us in front of everyone, in front of the neighbors. Mrs. Henderson is still trying to get that stain out. My jaw drops. You embarrassed you? Yes, making a scene like that, refusing to help your brother. Do you know how that made us look? Mom, Douglas asked me to give him my house. How is that? He didn't ask for the house, Marley. Don't be dramatic. He just wants to manage it. Help out. And you threw a
I hang up. My hands are shaking. Derek hands me the water. Proud of you. I feel sick. That's normal. You just set a boundary with someone who's never respected them before. I drink the water, but it doesn't help. My phone buzzes. A text in the family group chat. Douglas. Really classy, Marley. Walking out on family. Cheryl. Some of us actually care about this family. Just saying. Mom. I tried calling, but she hung up on me. I don't know what's gotten into her. Dad. Disappointment all around today. I stare at the screen, watching in real time as they paint me as the villain, the ungrateful daughter, the selfish sister. They're ganging up on you, Derek observes, reading over my shoulder. They always do this. Whenever I say no to anything, I'm the bad guy. Because you're not playing your role anymore. You're supposed to be the responsible one who fixes everything and asks for nothing. The second you want something for yourself, like keeping your house, you break the script. I look up at him. When did you get so wise about dysfunctional families? I've been watching yours for 5 years, Marley. This isn't new. You're just finally seeing it. My phone buzzes again. Another text from Mom. Marley, Douglas really needs this, honey. Please reconsider. He's family. I type back before I can stop myself. So am I. The 3 dots appear immediately, then disappear, then appear again. Finally, of course you are, sweetheart. That's why I'm asking you to help. Family helps family. But only in one direction, apparently. When have they ever helped me? That night, I can't sleep. Derek is passed out beside me, one arm thrown over his face, but my brain won't shut off. I keep replaying the cookout. Douglas's arm around my shoulders, Cheryl's rehearsed lines, Mom's immediate blame when Connor made that mess. They planned it. The whole thing was orchestrated to pressure me in public where I'd be too uncomfortable to fight back. But why? Why are they so desperate for control of that house? At 2 a.m., I give up on sleep. I slip out of bed, careful not to wake Derek, and pad down to my home office. My laptop glows to life, casting blue light across the dark room. I pull up my email, the property management folder, utility bills for the Q West house, and I start digging. The electric bill for January, $340. For an empty house? February, $315. March, $298. I cross-reference with my calendar. Those months, my parents stayed there maybe a week total. The bills should be minimal. Instead, they're consistent with full-time occupancy. My heart starts pounding. I dig deeper. Water bills. Same story. Month after month of usage that doesn't match an empty vacation home. What are you doing down there? I muttered to myself. What the hell are you doing? I search my email for anything related to the house. Maintenance requests, insurance documents, nothing unusual. Then I spot it. A folder I don't recognize. Spam. Archived. It's buried so deep I would have never found it if I wasn't looking. I open it, and my world tilts. Rental confirmations. Dozens of them, from Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com, all for my Key West property. All with Douglas listed as the host. My hands start shaking so badly I can barely scroll. May 2023, 5-night stay, $1,200. June 2023, week-long booking, $1,800. July, multiple bookings, $3,400. The list goes on and on and on. I calculate quickly in my head, data analyst brain taking over when emotions threaten to overwhelm. 2 years of bookings. Conservative estimate? $20,000. Probably closer to $20,000. $20,000.
My brother has been running an illegal Airbnb operation out of my house for 2 years, pocketing every single cent, and I had no idea. Oh my God, the words come out as a whisper. Oh my God. Footsteps on the stairs. Derek appears in the doorway, hair mussed, wearing only boxer shorts. Marley, it's 2 in the morning. What's... He sees my face. What's wrong? I can't speak. I just turn the laptop toward him. He reads. His expression darkens with every line. Jesus Christ! He's been stealing from me for 2 years? Douglas has been stealing from me. Derek's jaw clenches. And your parents? That's the question, isn't it? The one that makes my stomach turn. I had to have known, I say slowly, all those times Douglas checked on the house, all those weekends he needed to unwind down there. He was managing renters. And Mom and Dad, I stop, the realization hitting me like a physical blow. They're probably getting a cut. That's why they were pressuring me today. That's why they're so desperate. Derek sits down heavily in the chair beside me. What are you gonna do? I stare at the screen, at the evidence of betrayal laid out in neat, chronological order. My generous gift, my attempt to finally be enough for them, turned into their personal cash machine. I'm going to confront them, I say quietly. All of them. Marley. No. My voice is steel now. I'm done being the doormat. I'm done being the one who's supposed to just take it and say thank you. They stole from me. They stole from me. He doesn't argue, just nods. Okay, then let's do this right. I screenshot everything. Every confirmation, every payment. 2 years of theft, documented and irrefutable. Then I open the family group chat. My fingers hover over the keyboard. This is it. The moment everything changes. Once I send this, there's no going back. No more pretending we're a normal, happy family. No more letting them rewrite reality. I start typing. Marley, Douglas, care to explain why my house has been rented out for 2 years? I attach the screenshots. Utility bills, rental confirmations, bank deposits. Hit send. The message shows as delivered, then read. Silence. I watch the group chat, waiting. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Derek stands behind me, his hand on my shoulder. Solid, supportive. Finally, after 10 agonizing minutes, a response. Douglas, you're making a big deal out of nothing, Marley. I was just making use of an empty house. Nothing. He called $20,000 of theft nothing. Cheryl, wow, Marley, you're really blowing this out of proportion. I start typing again, but another message appears. Dad, Marley, stop overreacting. Douglas was helping out, keeping the place active. You should be grateful. Grateful! I should be grateful that my brother stole from me. Mom, we're family, Marley. Why are you being so selfish? That house could help Douglas get back on his feet, and instead you're attacking him over a misunderstanding? Misunderstanding. That's what we're calling theft now. I read the messages again, then again, and something inside me finally, irrevocably breaks. Not the sad kind of breaking, the liberating kind. They're not going to take responsibility. They're not going to apologize. They're going to gaslight me, minimize it, and make me the villain. So I stop waiting for them to be who I need them to be. I type one final message. Marley, the locks are being changed. Douglas, you're done with the house. I'm beyond disappointed. Then I close the laptop. Derek squeezes my shoulder. You okay? No, I say honestly, but I will be. The next morning, I wake up to 17 missed calls. 13 from Mom, 4 from Dad. The family group chat has exploded. 43 unread messages. I don't open them. Not yet. Derek's already up, making coffee in the kitchen. The smell usually comforts me, but today my stomach is in knots.
They've been calling all night, he says, handing me a mug. I turned your phone on silent around 4 a.m. Thank you. I take the coffee, but don't drink it. Just hold it, letting the warmth seep into my palms. My laptop is still on the kitchen table, where I left it. The evidence still glowing on the screen. Derek sits across from me. What's the plan? I need to call a property manager, someone who can actually watch the place, change the locks, make sure Douglas can't keep stealing from me. Francis Perry, Derek says, immediately. Guy from my gym. He manages vacation rentals in the Keys. No nonsense, professional. Want me to reach out? I nod. Grateful I don't have to do everything alone. Derek makes the call while I finally, reluctantly, open the family group chat. The messages are exactly what I expected. A masterclass in manipulation. Marley, please answer your phone. We need to talk about this rationally. Mom, you're tearing this family apart over money. Is that really who you are?
Douglas made a mistake. He didn't realize it would upset you so much. Can't we just move past this? I can't believe you're doing this. After everything I've done for that house? You're really going to ruin your brother's life over some rental income? Classy. Your mother is very upset. This behavior is unacceptable, Marley. Please call me. Please. I'm your mother. I read them all. Every guilt trip, every deflection, every attempt to make me the bad guy. Not one apology. Not one admission of wrongdoing. Not one acknowledgement that what Douglas did was theft. Derek returns, his expression grim. Francis can meet us at the Key West property tomorrow. He's clearing a schedule. I told him it was urgent. Thank you. Marley? His voice is gentle. You need to eat something. I'm not hungry. I know. Eat anyway. He makes toast. I eat it without tasting it. My phone starts ringing again. Mom. I decline the call. It rings again immediately. Mom. Decline. Again. Mom. This time I answer. Hello? Oh, thank God. Mom's voice is frantic. Marley, honey, why haven't you been answering? I've been worried sick. I've been busy, Mom. Busy? Your family is falling apart and you've been busy? Her voice rises, hysterical. Do you have any idea what you've done? Douglas is devastated. Devastated. And your father, he's so disappointed in you. Mom, I cut her off. Douglas stole from me for 2 years, $20,000. Silence. Then, he didn't steal. He was managing the property. There's a difference. Managing the property would be maintaining it, maybe charging enough to cover utilities, not pocketing $20,000 without telling me. Well, you weren't using it. Her voice shifts from frantic to defensive. The house was just sitting there. Douglas saw an opportunity to help the family. Help the family or help himself? How dare you? Her voice goes cold. After everything we've done for you, after we raised you, supported you. I'm 30 years old, Mom. You haven't supported me in over a decade, and I've been supporting you. The words hang in the air. Truth I've never said out loud before. That's not fair, Mom says, but her voice wavers. We never asked. You didn't have to ask. I just did it. The house, the bills I've helped with, the money I've loaned Douglas that he never paid back. I did it all because I thought that's what family does. But apparently it only works one way. You are being cruel. Your brother is struggling. Then he can get a job that doesn't involve stealing from me. It's not stealing. Mom's voice cracks. Why are you being so unreasonable? Douglas needs that income. He's got kids to feed, bills to pay. He made a mistake, yes, but you're blowing this way out of proportion. Can't you just let him keep managing it? You'll get a cut, of course. We can work out something fair. And there it is, the real agenda. You knew he was renting it out. Another pause, longer this time. Douglas mentioned he was keeping an eye on things, making sure the house stayed active. You knew, and you were getting a cut. That's why you all ambushed me yesterday. That's why you're so desperate. Marley, you're twisting. How much, Mom? How much of my money have you been taking? I am your mother. The words come out as a shriek. How dare you accuse me of? I hang up. My hands are shaking so hard I nearly drop the phone. Derek is beside me instantly. Breathe. Just breathe. She knew. I gasp. She knew the whole time. They all knew. They've been stealing from me together, and they see nothing wrong with it. I know. And now I'm the bad guy. I'm the one tearing the family apart because I won't let them keep stealing? I know, baby. I know. The phone rings again. Mom. I silence it. A text comes through. Mom. Fine, don't answer. But you need to know that Douglas is family. He made a mistake, but he's still your brother. If you press charges or do anything to hurt him, you'll regret it. This family will never forgive you. I stare at the message, the threat barely disguised as concern. She just threatened me, I say, showing Derek. His expression darkens. Screenshot that. Document everything. Right, document. I am a data analyst. I know how to build a case. I spend the rest of the morning doing exactly that. I download every rental confirmation, every utility bill, every text message. I create a spreadsheet, dates, amounts, documentation. 2 years of theft, quantified and organized. It's therapeutic in a way, turning emotion into data, turning betrayal into evidence. Around noon, Derek's phone rings. Francis. Hey, man. Yeah, we can do that. Hang on. He covers the phone. Francis can meet us in 3 hours instead of tomorrow. He's already in the Keys. Want to drive down now? I look at my laptop, at the evidence spread across my screen, at the texts still coming in from my family, each one more manipulative than the last. Yes, I say. Let's go. I want to see what they've done to my house. The drive to Key West takes 3.5 hours. Derek drives while I sit in the passenger seat, watching the overseas highways stretch before us. Turquoise water on both sides, tourists and rental cars. Paradise. My phone won't stop buzzing. Douglas. You're really going to do this? Change the locks? That's low, Marley. Real low. Cheryl. I hope you're happy. The kids are asking why Aunt Marley hates Daddy. Mom. I didn't raise you to be this vindictive. I turn the phone face down. They're spiraling, Derek observes. Good. He glances at me, surprised. What? They should spiral. They stole from me.
I know. I'm proud of you for not caving. I'm too angry to cave. We reached the house just before 3 p.m. It's a beautiful property. White siding, blue shutters, wraparound porch, ocean views. I remember buying it, remember thinking how happy my parents would be here. Now I just feel sick looking at it. A truck is already in the driveway. A man in his 40s climbs out. Tall, weathered, professional. Francis Perry. Derek. He shakes my husband's hand, then turns to me. I must be Marley. I'm sorry you're dealing with this. Thank you for coming on such short notice. No problem. Let's take a look. I unlock the front door with my key. For now, I still can. The door swings open, and I immediately know something is wrong. The furniture isn't mine. Well, some of it is. But there's a cheap IKEA couch in the living room that I didn't buy. Mismatched chairs, a coffee table covered in water rings. They've been furnishing it, Francis says, his voice carefully neutral. Probably buying cheap stuff for rentals, writing it off as maintenance. My hands clench into fists. We walk through the house. The master bedroom has clothes in the closet. Men's clothes. Douglas's clothes. The bathroom has toiletries. The kitchen has takeout containers in the trash, beer in the fridge. He's been staying here, I say, between rentals. This is like his second home. Francis takes photos of everything. This is good. Documentation. You'll need it if this goes legal. It's already legal, Derek says darkly. This is theft. Property fraud. In the second bedroom, I find a notebook. Rental logs. Douglas's handwriting. Tracking bookings, payments, expenses. I flip through each page, my heart sinking with every page. He's detailed. Organized. This wasn't some impulsive thing. This was a system. A business. My business. Using my property. I've seen enough, I say quietly. Francis nods. I'll have a locksmith here within an hour. New locks, new security codes. And I'll install cameras, exterior and interior. If anyone tries to access the property without authorization, you'll know immediately. Thank you. One more thing. Francis's expression is serious. You should file a police report. This is rental fraud at minimum, possibly larceny. Cover yourself legally. I nod, numb. We wait for the locksmith to work. I sit on the porch, my porch, and watch the ocean. It should be peaceful. Instead, I feel violated. Derek sits beside me.
On the drive back to Miami, I send one message to the family group chat. The locks have been changed. Francis Perry is now managing the property. Douglas, you are no longer authorized to access the house. If you attempt to enter, it will be considered trespassing. The response is immediate. Marley! No! Please! You can't do this! You're seriously gonna lock me out? After everything I've done? This is uncalled for. You're punishing your brother for no reason. Wow. Just wow. I silence the notifications and close my eyes. You did the right thing, Derek says. Then why do I feel so awful? Because they've spent your entire life training you to feel awful when you set boundaries. It's not real guilt, Marley. It's programming. I know he's right. Intellectually, I know. But it still hurts. My phone rings. Mom. I let it go to voicemail. It rings again. Mom. Voicemail. Again. Mom. This time I answer. What, Mom? How could you? Her voice is thick with tears. How could you do this to your brother? To this family? How could he steal from me for 2 years? He didn't. Mom, stop. Just stop. My voice is exhausted. I have the evidence. I have the rental confirmations, the bank deposits, everything. Douglas stole from me. You knew about it, and instead of apologizing, you're all attacking me for protecting what's mine. But family should what? Let each other steal? Is that how this works? Silence. Then, quietly, you're gonna regret this, Marley. Is that a threat? It's a warning. Douglas has a temper, and when he gets desperate, She trails off. My blood runs cold. Are you saying he might do something? I'm saying you're pushing him into a corner, and cornered animals bite. She hangs up before I can respond. I look at Derek, my face pale. Did she just warn me that Douglas might retaliate? Derek's expression is grim. Yeah, she did. Jesus. Marley, maybe we should file that police report tonight. Yeah, I think we should. Because if there's one thing I've learned today, it's this. I don't really know my family at all. And that makes them dangerous. The police station is fluorescent bright and depressing. Derek and I sit in uncomfortable plastic chairs while Officer Martinez takes my statement. He's young, professional, and carefully neutral as I explain the situation. So your brother has been renting out your property without permission for approximately 2 years, he summarizes, typing on his computer. And you estimate the total amount taken at around $20,000? Yes, I have documentation. I pull out my phone, show him the spreadsheet I created. Every rental confirmation, every payment, it's all here. Officer Martinez scrolls through, his expression darkening. This is pretty clear-cut rental fraud, possibly larceny. You'll need to follow up with a civil attorney for the money, but criminally, we can document it. My mother warned me that he might retaliate, I add quietly. She said he has a temper, and I'm backing him into a corner. That gets his attention. Did she specify a threat? Not exactly. Just that cornered animals bite. Officer Martinez makes a note. I'm going to recommend you keep this report on file. If your brother attempts to access the property or contacts you in a threatening manner, call us immediately and keep documenting everything. We leave with a report number and a business card. In the parking lot, Derek pulls me close. You're shaking. I just filed a police report about my own brother. Your brother who stole from you. I know that logically, but it still feels... I can't finish the sentence. We drive home in silence. It's nearly 10 p.m. I'm exhausted, emotionally, physically, spiritually exhausted. Inside our house, I collapse on the couch. My phone is still buzzing, still lighting up with notifications. I've been ignoring them for hours.
You should probably look, Derek says gently. At least see what they're saying. I open the family group chat. 57 unread messages. I scroll to where I left off. You filed a police report? Are you fucking kidding me right now? This is insane. You're trying to get him arrested over a misunderstanding. Marley, please reconsider. Douglas could lose his job over this. Think about the children. This has gone too far. You need to drop this immediately. I swear to God, Marley, if you don't fix this... Douglas, don't. Don't say anything you'll regret. Too late. She's already destroyed everything. The kids are crying. Harper asked why Aunt Marley wants Daddy to go to jail. What am I supposed to tell her? This is tearing our family apart, all over money. Is money really more important than family to you, Marley? I read the messages, each one landing like a punch. They're painting me as the monster, the vindictive sister who is trying to destroy their lives. Not one message acknowledges what Douglas did. Not one apology. Not one admission of wrongdoing. They're never going to get it, I say to Derek. They're never going to understand that he did this, not me. I know. And they're going to make me the villain forever. Probably. I look at him. You're supposed to tell me I'm wrong, that they'll come around. I'm not going to lie to you, Marley. Your family is toxic. They've been toxic your whole life. You're just finally seeing it clearly. He's right. God help me, he's right. I start typing a response. Delete it. Start again. Delete it. Finally, I settle on, Douglas stole $20,000 from me over 2 years. That's not a misunderstanding. That's theft. I gave you all a chance to acknowledge that and apologize. Instead, you attacked me. I'm done being your scapegoat. I hit send before I can second guess it. The 3 dots appear immediately. Mom is typing.
Let them. Around midnight, Derek coaxes me into bed. I fall asleep expecting nightmares, but instead I sleep deeper than I have in years. I wake up to 17 missed calls from Mom. 3 from Dad, 12 from Douglas, 6 from Cheryl. But I don't listen to the voicemails. I don't read the texts. Instead, I block all their numbers. Derek finds me in the kitchen, staring at my phone. You okay? I blocked them, all of them. He nods. Good. Is it good? I look up at him. Am I the bad guy here? Am I crazy? Marley. He sits down, takes my hands. Your brother stole $20,000 from you. Your parents knew about it and defended him. They gave you an ultimatum. Let him keep stealing or lose your family. You chose yourself. That doesn't make you the bad guy. That makes you healthy. 3 days pass in a strange, quiet limbo. No calls from my family because I blocked them. No texts, no emergencies that require my immediate attention and emotional labor. It's peaceful. And that terrifies me. Is this what normal people feel like? I asked Derek over breakfast. People who don't have their families constantly demanding things. He smiles over his coffee. Yeah, this is what boundaries feel like. My phone rings. Unknown number. I almost don't answer, but something tells me to pick up. Hello? Miss Sinclair, this is Frances Perry. My stomach drops. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong yet, but I wanted to give you a heads up. I've been monitoring the security cameras, and someone's been driving by the property slowly, multiple times a day. Silver Toyota Tacoma. Douglas's truck. He hasn't tried to access the property, Frances continues, but he's clearly scoping it out. I wanted you to know in case he tries something. Thank you for telling me. I also found something during my inspection. Want a video call? I switched to FaceTime. Francis's weathered face appears, and behind him I can see my Key West house. Look at this. He flips the camera to show the master bedroom closet. It's full. Completely full. Your brother left a lot of stuff here. Clothes, electronics, personal items. He's been living here between rentals, like we suspected. My jaw clenches. Box it up. All of it. Ship it to... I pause. I don't want it sent to my house. Actually, store it. Somewhere climate-controlled. I'll figure out what to do with it later. You got it. Also, I found this. Francis holds up a manila folder. Rental agreements. He's got bookings scheduled through the next 3 months. Cancel them. Already did. Issued refunds from his Airbnb account. Not yours. But, Miss Sinclair, he's going to lose a lot of money on this. And based on what I'm seeing, he's been using that rental income for, well, everything. Not my problem anymore. Francis nods approvingly. I'll keep you updated. And Miss Sinclair, change your personal locks too, just in case. After we hang up, I sit with that suggestion. Change my personal locks, because my own brother might try to break into my house. He's right, Derek says. He's been listening to the whole conversation. If Douglas is desperate enough, and your mom gave you that warning, yeah. I pull up a locksmith company on my phone. Yeah, let's do it. That afternoon, while a locksmith reworks our front and back doors, I get an email from Mom. She must have been blocked on my phone, but didn't think about email. The subject line, please read this. I shouldn't open it. I know I shouldn't, but I do. Marley, I don't know why you're doing this. I've been calling and calling, but you've blocked me, your own mother. Do you know how that feels to be cut off from your daughter like I'm some kind of criminal? Douglas made a mistake. Yes, he should have asked permission before renting the house. But he was desperate, Marley. Desperate. He's drowning in debt. The construction company cut his hours. Cheryl's not working because someone has to watch the kids. He saw an opportunity to help his family, and he took it. Was it perfect? No, but it came from a place of need, not malice. And now you've destroyed him, canceled all his bookings, changed the locks. He's lost thousands of dollars in deposits he can't refund. His Airbnb account is suspended. He might lose his house, Marley. His actual house where your niece and nephew live. Is that what you wanted? To make your brother homeless? I'm begging you, please reconsider. Please let Douglas work off what he owes you. He can manage the property properly this time, give you a percentage, whatever you want. Just don't destroy him over this. He's your brother. He's family. Mom. I read it twice. Then I forward it to Derek without comment. His response comes 30 seconds later. Wow, not a single apology. Not one acknowledgement that he stole from you. Just guilt about his consequences. She's acting like I'm the one who put him in debt. Classic Darvo. Deny, attack, reverse victim and defender. She's making him the victim and you the aggressor. I think about responding, explaining, again, why what Douglas did was wrong, why I'm not responsible for his financial problems, why stealing is stealing even when you're family. But what's the point? She's not listening. She's never listened. I delete the email. Then I compose a new email. Mom, Douglas had 2 years to tell me what he was doing, 2 years to ask permission, 2 years to offer me a cut of the profits. He chose not to. That's not a mistake. That's a choice. His financial problems are not my responsibility. I didn't create his debt. I didn't force him to steal. He made those choices. You've spent my entire life asking me to shrink myself to make Douglas comfortable, to give more so he can take more. I'm done. Don't email me again. Marley. I hit send before I can second guess it. Proud of you, Derek says, reading over my shoulder. I feel like I'm going to throw up. That's normal. You're breaking a 30-year pattern. Your nervous system is freaking out. The locksmith finishes. New keys, new locks, new bed bolts. Our house is secure, but I don't feel secure. I feel exposed, vulnerable, like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Up next, we have 2 more incredible stories that are waiting for you. Just click the image you want to watch and it will take you there. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe. It would mean a lot.